Hey everyone, it's that Math Magician, and on this video, I'd like to discuss problem 22 from our probability review sheet. Now 22 is a very wordy problem, there's a lot of information in there, so we just have to make sure we can dissect the pieces that we need in order to solve this problem. So number 22 states that if students have their assignments done on time, there's an 80% chance of earning a good grade in the class. If the assignments are finished during class or late, then there's only a 30% chance of earning a good grade in the class. And then finally it says if the assignments are not done at all, then there is only a 5% chance of earning a good grade in the class. So what I'm seeing here is kind of three different options for turning in assignments. Either it's done on time, or it's done during class or late, and finally it's if it's not done at all. So I'm going to go ahead and do a tree diagram to kind of organize my information, just because I find that's the most useful for this type of problem. So I'm going to go ahead and create three different branches because we have three different options occurring. Now the first option was that it was done on time, so I'm going to label this guy on time. The other one is during class or late, so I'm just going to write late, and we'll just know that that refers to either during class or late. And finally, the final option is not done at all. It says in a certain class, 50% of the students have the assignments completed on time. So for my on time branch, I'm going to label this guy 50%, since that is the amount of students who turn in the assignment on time. It also says that 40% finish during class, and during class is considered late. So I'm going to label this late branch here 40%. And then finally, 10% do not do their assignments. So this bottom branch is going to be labeled with a 10%. Perfect. So now we have our three different outcomes for turning in an assignment, either on time, late, or not done at all, and we have their corresponding percentages. Now the actual question says, what is the probability that a student has a good grade? So what we now need to figure out is, if they turn in their assignment based off these three different options, right? On time, late, not done, what's the chance of them earning a good grade? So I'm going to go ahead and draw two branches off of each of these options. Okay, so turning in your work on time, turning it in late, or not doing it at all, what's the chance of you getting a good grade or a bad grade? Right, good grade or a bad grade. And these should be the same going down on all three options. And now we just need to go ahead and look at the first couple of sentences of this paragraphs, because it gives us those percentages for each different option. Looking at the first sentence, it says, if students have their assignments done on time, so I'm on this branch here, there's an 80% chance of earning a good grade. So I'm going to go ahead and label this good grade here 80%. There's an 80% chance that they get the good grade, which would mean if they turned it in on time, that there's a 20% that they get a bad grade. Okay, so hopefully we're seeing how I'm pulling these numbers. Now, if the student turns in their assignment late, I'm here in this center branch, the chance of them getting a good grade is 30%. So I'm going to label the good branch here 30%, which would make the bad grade a possibility of 70%. And last but not least, if the assignments are not done at all, then there's only a 5% chance of earning a good grade in the class. Ooh, not good at all, right? You want to make sure you turn in those assignments. So we're going to write 5% for the good grade, which means the chance of this student earning a bad grade is 95%. Ooh, I cannot fit it. Okay, so the question asks, if a student is selected at random, what is the probability that the student has a good grade? That means that we are interested in all of these scenarios right here where the student earns a good grade. Okay, I don't care about the bad grade percentages. All I care about are the good percentages. So we need to do a little math to figure that out. Now what you want to do is, to find out the chance of him earning a good grade if it's on time, then you need to take these two percentages here, 50% and 80%, and you need to multiply them. So I'm going to take my 50%, I'm going to take my 80%, and I'm going to multiply those two numbers together. Okay, now you're going to want to do that for the other three options as well, right? Only the ones that are highlighted good. Those are the only numbers that I care about. Okay, once you get those numbers together, you get all three of those different numbers, you're going to add those together, and that's going to give you the probability of getting a good grade. You're going to want to add all 3 of those numbers that you end up getting. All right, well, I hope this video helped kind of clarify how to approach these probability problems. I know we all kind of struggled earlier during the semester when we were using tree diagrams, but tree diagrams are really the best way to organize these problems. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.